Hi, this is George from Digital High Road. Today's video review will be for a product called NeuralText. NeuralText is an AI tool that assists in content creation. And what I'm going to be doing in this review is we'll go through the inside of this, we'll look at the features, the pricing, and how the integrations work with some tools that they have, that they provide for in this platform. And so I just want to remind you that if you do get some value from this video, please give us a large thumbs up, like the video. Don't forget to leave comments if you have any, positive or negative, down below the video. And while you're at it, please subscribe to our channel. Also tap the bell icon so you get notified every time I have a new video. Today's video review is okay, so in this review today, we're talking about NeuralText. Here on the left, we've got the dashboard, which is where we are. And then we're going to look down through. It's got key areas here are keywords, keyword tools, content, and content tools, smart copy, and then the collaboration, which is for a team effort if you have to have that, and if you have more than one user that you've purchased. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go through these areas and show you how they work. The thing I want to tell you is that as I went through this whole thing, and you'll see on the video that this tool is not going to create like conversion.ai. It's not going to actually build and create content for you. What it's going to do, it's built to aid you in finding ways and ideas to improve your content. So it's kind of like helping you out with writer's block. It's just going to give you a lot of different ideas. And what I think you'll find is if you look at, I did a video review for a product called Frase, F-R-A-S-E earlier. You can take a look in the upper right hand corner. There'll be a link for my review on that from earlier. It kind of reminds me a lot of that. This is a growing product. They're increasing tools all the time. As I'll show you in a roadmap that's provided. There's just all kinds of things that how many people are using it, what they're suggesting, what they're adding to it. So just keep in mind with this is that it is more a tool to add ideas to the content, not to actually build the content and write the content for you. So just keep that in mind as you watch the review today. Okay, so for the NeuralText pricing, I'm on the free account right now. There's no credit card required. Only one user. There's things called content briefs that are generated. You get 5 of them, 5 keyword tool reports, and 50 smart copy runs in a month. Then for $49 a month, up to 1 user, 60 content briefs, 100 keyword tool reports, 200 smart copies, and there's something called keyword clusters that we'll be talking about that you'll understand more about that are included in this one too. Then there's 5 users for $119. This is more like for an agency. Unlimited content briefs, content templates, 200 keyword reports, 600 and 3,000 keyword cluster credits. Now the keyword cluster credits I think are key to this whole thing. As we go through it, the review, you can see why I thought the keyword cluster credits are the key to this whole thing. So this is the pricing for NeuralText. So we start off, I just signed in to NeuralText. This is what it looks like inside the dashboard. It will welcome you how to use NeuralText. There's a knowledge base here. What you can do, there's 4 main sections. There's going to be a keyword section, which is going to include keyword research. Then there'll be a research history reported to you that you can download. And then this will tie in with what we call a keyword cluster. Then there'll be cluster reports, is where they analyze the reports for you. Now with the keyword cluster comes the fact that you have to buy credits. Now the credits are to be purchased are 5,000 credits. There's 2 ways that the credits will be applied for each keyword cluster, and we'll go through that when we get there. But 5,000 credits will be $29, and 15,000 credits will be $59. Now, the next section is there's what we call a content section. This will be where you have projects. If you have a project in here, which I do here, you can bring that project up and then you can work on it in this area. The next thing is there's what we call the smart copy. Now the smart copy involves campaigns, which will involve your project. And there's a campaign here we set up. Again, we'll go through this with you. How to create a new campaign. And then there's buy unlimited credits for campaigns as well for smart copy. Now there's various tools within this area of the product. And then there's going to be a place where you have exports. Things you've exported in will be listed in this area. Then there's what they call roadmap, which will be an area where they're going to show you areas that they have planned out, areas that are in progress, and areas that are live currently with the product, so you can keep updated as to new things that they're adding in here. Let's move on. The next section we're going to talk about is we're going to go into the keyword section, and I'll give you a total explanation of what that is and how it works. Okay, so we're going to look at the keywords in NeuralText. Remember, you got your dashboard here. The left, first thing is keywords. I'll come down here to keyword research. That's going to pull up this tool. Now I've got a notepad over here. I had some articles planned out that I had written. And this one here, article number 2, finding the best home telescope. I want to do is take this keyword here, best home telescope, and we're going to put that into the keyword search tool. And then if you hit search, it's going to pop up really quick. So this is taken from Google. And then there's also, you're going to be able to access, you scroll this down and you see they go from high volume to lesser volume. So you probably want to use the lesser volume ones, the long tail keywords. But you can see it brought in a lot of keywords for the keyword that you put in. They're related. 167 entry altogether. So let's say we're going to pick a best, let's say best computerized. It's going to click on this. It's going to bring in the last from Google Trends. And then what you're going to get is from last May to this April. You can see monthly how it varied in searches. Obviously December gift giving time was higher. And if you go on here or here, what it's going to do is click into an actual Google page with a keyword term. And then you can just scroll down through and see what is ranking here for competition for your article, or competition, what you want to have for your report. Now, if you go to research history, next item here, it's going to show you the 3 keywords that I've put in, that I've done in, and you can do a download here. So we're in NeuralText again. I just downloaded data for the keyword search for best home telescope. As we talked about a little earlier, it's going to be under the exports. So we're going to come into the export page, and then here it is. And then we want to download it. So we'll do that. And we'll come here. Now what we're going to do next is, since we've done that, so we're going to come back here to keywords, and we're going to come in here to keyword cluster. Now we're going to upload that file, which is going to be this one right here. And then that's going to be uploading. And then since we're in keyword cluster, you have to upload the file. And then we want the country to be the United States. The cost is going to be 164 rows. One row is 1 credit. So there's credits in here. I purchased this through AppSumo, and I think I have 2,000 credits. I'm going to have an email sent to here. I'm going to say start job. And we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we started the job. Now about 7 minutes later, it came in an email, and you can download the report and upload. You can see the other jobs on this page. Okay, so that's the way it came in. Just wanted to show you that. Let's go back to here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the report, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so just to show you real quick an overview, the searches, keyword searches that came in look like this. Okay, and we went up to 167. Now what they did in the cluster report, let's bring that in. Okay, the cluster report is this right here, keyword cluster report. Now what they did was they grouped up together. They did it in alphabetical order. They did astronomical telescope, the variations of, and most of the keywords for this had the same thing, but you can see like they did this is all grouped together for you. Now, when I've done this in the past, I would have to open a spreadsheet up and move these around on my own. Like move this up, down, whatever, group these all together. They've actually grouped this together for you automatically. See, like there's all the celestron telescopes, all the different keywords. So if you wanted to do, let's say you wanted to do an article about celestron telescope, these would be your 4 keywords right here that you could do right on and go for. And if you go down through Mead telescopes, same thing, keyword, all the words were grouped together. So what they're doing is they're going from looking like this, where there's all different types of keywords, 165 of them. And then you go to the cluster report, which is going to group them all together for you. So that's pretty cool. That did that. It took about 7 minutes for that to happen for me. Let's move on. Okay, so just to capsule the keyword search. You did keyword search, your research history, which we downloaded, a keyword report. We did a keyword cluster, which we went through, uploaded the report to here, picked the country that you wanted it to be for. There's a cost estimate, 1 credit. There's credits already in here. Now, if you want to buy credits, you can buy credits, 10,000 credits, $19. And then the cluster report, when it comes in, we showed you it had the email, comes in the email here, but it's also in here. So everything's being stored in here. We're going to move to the content section next. What they're going to do is we're going to have a project. We have a project we're going to create. Okay, so we're in projects. I created a project called Finding the Best Home Telescope. And they want to know what keyword I was searching for, which was best home telescope. And then I hit to create the content brief. Well, the content brief, after it worked for about probably 30, 40 seconds, it came up with this. It came up with the SERP searches since last June through this last May, through last month. And it gives the intentions. I got informational and transactional. SERP widgets, people who ask, popular products, video, related searches. It's got competition content. These are the 3 biggest competitors. You can go to each one of these. You can see what is on the page and what it's about, so you can figure out how to write good content for a new article. Now, back to here. Then we've got relevant topics, and these are topics that come in that are most apparent, and then how many times it end up in search. See, like this, I don't even know what this is, but you'll find out. This is one of 60 entries, occurrences, how many times it's a relevant topic. So you've got the information here. So let's go to editor next. And what they're going to do is give you a space for editing here. They're going to give you space for topics over here. And then you're going to be able to edit. This is an editor here. It's related questions. So related questions. These are the most popular questions that come in from Quora. The publications that you can go to. Check the SERP. We just did that. Check the competitors or outlying. Click on any of the lists to insert the header into a text editor. Okay, there's the article, and there's the links to it. See, they're giving you everything here, guys. And you can take quick notes if you want. Generate text using smart copy tools. Now there's a lot of tools they've added here. It says change tool. Let's go a direction here. Now these are all the tools. These are all the tools that are in here that you can use. You can have add copy, Google add copy, love letters, and then you can import from a URL. So put your URL in here, and you can import the content from there. And one last thing about NeuralText is that when you're in the smart copy area, we looked at tools. I just wanted to let you know there's more ways that they present tools to you. And they have them listed here by categories. There's email tools, writing tools, different types of tools to use. Depends on what you're looking for, the need. And again, these are support tools, tools to give you ideas, tools to help you build things, provide you content. Like we did with keyword search, it provided the keyword cluster, which actually clustered up so you can make it easier to find keywords like I did on my list here that I showed you earlier that I had to do on my own when this was done 2 years ago. So keeping that in mind, I just wanted to remind you that if you received any value from this review of NeuralText today, please give it a large thumbs up, like it. Don't forget to leave comments if you like NeuralText, if you have anything pro or con about it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're a first-time visitor. We would appreciate that. Also, hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I publish a new video. Be aware that I publish new videos all the time. And just one last mention that if you are an affiliate marketer that's looking to make money online and you want to take this serious as a business, there is a link down in the description for some free training that I stand by 110%. And I think 1,000 times over, you will not regret it if you just sign up for that free content today. Take advantage of that offer, get the content, and use it to start getting yourself squared away on how simple it is to actually make money. It's not going to be without work. You're going to have to do a lot of work, but you can do this too. So keep that in mind. Click that link down in the description. Get access to that product today. Thank you again for watching NeuralText, the review. So long.